Check, 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 check. 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2, check, check.
Test. Good evening. Just a quick announcement. We are planning to start outside, so you are in the right place. We will keep an eye on the weather. We have a plan that we call Plan C, and I'll repeat it when more people get here. But if we had to stop and move inside, we move our graduates in first through those stairwell doors, and I ask the audience to move towards the gym and the pack using the tower door and the gym doors. Hopefully we don't have to do that, but we'll be prepared. But we're going to start outside. We're going to start at 6:30, and we need about 2 hours, 2.5 hours of no rain. So thank you. Good evening. I just wanted to give you a pre-announcement. The graduates are lining up inside. We are starting this program out here this evening. We are watching that cloud in the weather. Here's where we are. We will tolerate some rain. We can't tolerate the thunder. We will tolerate the rain. If at any point in the ceremony we need to stop and move inside, here is the direction. We would move the graduates in, and they will go in the doors and the stairwells behind me at the flagpole. And I would ask the audience members, if you have the white wristband, you can make your way to the gymnasium. If you have the green, you might find your way to the PAC or the cafeteria. Hopefully we don't have to do that, but I want to keep you abreast of where we are as we watch that cloud. Thank you. Good evening. Would you please rise to join the graduates in the flag salute and remain standing for our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Seniors, you may be seated. Good evening. Just a few housekeeping announcements. As I mentioned earlier, before the ceremony, we are always ready for this weather in June. At this point, we would have Plan C if we needed to move inside. That plan takes the graduates behind me, past the flagpole, into the stairwell doors. I would ask the audience with white wristbands, you can make your way to the gym, green wristbands to the pack and cafeteria. I'm going to keep speaking quickly. We can tolerate a little bit of rain, but no thunder. At this time, to welcome you to this special evening, the president of the class, Samir Joshi.
Everyone take a second and think back to where you were at exactly this time yesterday. Where was I? The Learning Commons. Why was I there? Thought it was about time to start writing the speech. One of my equally studious peers, with his speaker shoved deep down in his backpack, starts feeling like somewhat of a jokester. As he slowly turns up the song Flex, and Mom, who really isn't in the mood for his shenanigans, asks him to turn it down, my inspiration strikes, and I'm transported back to the summer of 2015. That summer, I walked onto the PHS turf with all my middle school friends as a scrawny, 135-pound 14-year-old. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not exactly the typical build of a high school football player. No, I wasn't the best out there. It's kind of hard to be when half the field can lift you with one arm. Being thrown around a football field, as you can imagine, is not very good for confidence. And while I made great memories and friends that season, I wouldn't consider it my shining moment. When I thought about that year and all that has happened since, it brought one of my favorite quotes to mind. Inscribed on the gates to center court at Wimbledon, there's a line from the poem If by Rudyard Kipling that says, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors the same. The disaster that was PHS football made me determined to find my triumph, which personally I found in music. You have to look at winning and losing as parts of one whole. They appear different from the outside, but both are essential parts of your journey. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I didn't walk onto that field at kickoff and get rocked by that 200-pound kid in front of all my friends, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. Sometimes you have to man up and bite the bullet, even when it feels like disaster is imminent. You have to stare it down and believe it's just as important as the triumph. I've learned that the harder you fall, the taller you feel when you stand back up. After we all leave today and move on to different cities, states, and even countries, I hope that you can all walk away holding this in your hearts so you never lose faith no matter where life takes you. With that, I want to thank all of our friends and family for joining us on the biggest night of our lives. On behalf of the Princeton High School class of 2019, I welcome you.
Four seniors have been selected by their class to deliver a senior address this evening on the themes of achievement, community, future, and spirit. Our first speaker on the theme of achievement, Jackson McCarthy.
I want everyone to again think about where they were at this time yesterday. Where was I? Next to Samir. What was I doing? Opening a Google Doc because he said, it's about time we start writing this speech. Now today I want to talk to you about two things. The first, being in the moment. Now, when I thought about what to write, I looked back at everything I'd done at Princeton High School. I was lucky enough to be on the state championship track team, be a peer group leader, and yes, mom and dad get into college. But that wasn't my best experience. My best experience was being the coach of the Cranberry Chaos. The Cranberry Chaos is a team of fine gentlemen in this very graduating class. A few years ago in middle school, we all played in a rec basketball league together. When our time ended, we decided that senior year, we had to reassemble this elite team. Now, because of being an active track runner and the fact that I'm 5'8", I decided it probably wasn't the best idea to play in a senior basketball league. So the team was set, but they did not have a parent willing to coach. So I'd made the best decision of my life. I accepted the head coaching job. The first game, we arrived at the gym. Most of the team did not have matching jerseys. Most hadn't played organized basketball in years. And there I was, a 17-year-old coach in a shirt and tie, with a clipboard that did not have a marker. It was a disaster. The boys were fouling out of the game. The refs pretended they couldn't hear me when I called a timeout. They thought I was part of the crowd. But at the same time, I wouldn't change a thing about it. There we were Wednesday nights, just acting like absolute fools. It was enjoyable. It was the break we needed. It was something to look forward to. That was why it was the best thing I ever did. I want you all to think about the stress that you've had in the last 4 years. I'm sure that's not hard. In your 4-year grind, I hope you can look back at something that brought you joy, something that made you put the books down, something that stopped you from working on your letter of appeal. Those are the memories that really stick with you. In a way, they're the most important things. In this school, hard work is everywhere. It's impressive and sometimes even intimidating. But too often, we forget to enjoy ourselves. We look back at high school, and you're not going to think about those all-nighters studying for a test. You're not going to think about those 2 months of AP studying. It's the Friday night memories. It's the close games with your team, the Snapchat memories that pop up on your phone. Now, the reason I bring this up is because today, as you hear your name called and you walk up on this stage, I don't want you to only think about the hard work you've put in. I want you to think about those joyful moments. They made you who you are. They will be the things you remember in 2 years, in 10 years. Don't forget them today. The last thing I want to talk to you about is facing the future. As we move on to the next step in our lives, yes, we will be freshmen once again. Nerves and discomfort will come back. Things will be new, things will be different. But that's okay. We've made it through new things before. Think back to your first day of high school. I was thinking about mine the other day, and I realized what a complete mess I was. My biggest fear the night before wasn't starting a new school year, wasn't going to a new place. It was the bus ride to school. I couldn't help but imagine all those faces staring at me, this nervous freshman walking down the aisle of the bus. The night before, I forged a plan. I decided that when the bus arrived, I would get on, look straight down at my feet, and not make eye contact with a single person. The next morning came, the bus arrived, as I had been frantically pacing in the driveway. I got on, didn't make eye contact, executed my plan flawlessly. I faced my fear. The bus got to school, and as I got up, I turned around. There was only 12 people on the bus. I don't know if you're familiar with school buses. They fit about 50. so there was plenty of open seats. I was so scared about the scenario I came up with in my head that I didn't even see the bus was empty. So as you head to orientation in the coming weeks, as you walk to your first lecture, do not build up this scary idea of what lays ahead. Just be present. Face what is in front of you, not what you thought it would be like. You have made it to this point. You've accomplished so much this far. Why should you go back to being the nervous freshman? College is not the next cycle where you start from the bottom. You have achieved already. You've built yourself for this moment. Do not forget who you are. Keep your eyes up. Do not look down at the floor. Look up at this world of possibility that you built for yourself and take full advantage. Today is not the day you realize you're starting from nothing. Today is the day you say, I'm ready. Princeton High School, class of 2019, congratulations and enjoy your future. Thank you.
Our second speaker is Lucinda Amo.
Good evening, parents, family, faculty, and most importantly, the senior class of 2019. I want us to start off with a few words from the poet Dr. Maya Angelou, who reminds us that the ache for home lives in all of us, the safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned. As I was beginning to write this speech and reflect on my 4 years at Princeton High School, I realized that PHS has become a home for me. Being around people who share many different perspectives and ideals has kept me on my toes constantly. This home has evolved into a community that realizes their weaknesses and turns them into strengths. This home has taught me to never allow my weaknesses to overtake me. This place has built us all up to the people we are today. Community has many different meanings. It can apply to a small circle of friends or to the town you live in. Our achievements have been made possible by the people who are sitting to our left and right. It is the people who surround ourselves with during lunch, shout out to my lunch table, chemistry, calculus, and gym. These people, this community, these circles have shaped who we are and are still becoming. In order for our community to work, we need just a few things. First, we need you. Our community could not have existed if each of us had not made a conscious effort to be present. Each of our unique styles and interests have helped define our school. We have found strength by being a community through our many differences. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to keep the community running. Each and every one of us has made PHS stronger. Second, we need motivation. The competitiveness of our school has pushed us all to work our best and to never settle, whether it be our grades or extracurriculars. Then, we need trust. This is hard, but well worth the effort. We need to trust that our support system will always be there. We also need to embrace inclusion. Even though we have not all been best friends, we have all managed to include each other in the small things. Finally, we need communication. We have the ability to speak freely and use our voice to communicate to others. It is these things that encourage improvement of our community. Some of us have been in Princeton for all our lives, and some of us have only been here for a short time. But we will all be leaving the nest today. We are all different, and we can use the memories we have from our time at Princeton High to contribute to the many more communities that we will join on our future conquests. In closing, I leave you with a few words that will hopefully inspire us all to dare greatly and build community forever. C, celebrating culture and communicating change. O, openly. M, makes our differences small for they will. M, motivate. U, us to accept. N, new things while. I, inspiring us to. T, trust the process of the past, present, and future for the Y, U, that will change the world. We are a community and we deserve our best selves. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Before our next two speakers, I would like to invite up one of our a cappella groups, Around 8.
soldiers could take you from me. My love, the reason I survive. Trust we'll be together soon. Should our fire turn to dark, take my heart with you. Survive. Trust we'll be together soon. Should our fire turn to dark, take my heart with you. Take my heart with you. Take my heart with you.
Our next speaker, speaking on the theme of future, is August Pfeiffer.
Good evening, West Windsor, Plainsboro North. My name is August, but you may know me as Ogbonius, Augusti, or even Mr. Cheese. When I first learned that I was elected to make this speech, I knew that you had all made a terrible decision and that this joke had gone too far. But PHS believes in one of the founding principles of our nation, democracy. The people spoke, so here I am. But no, seriously, it's actually a great privilege to be speaking on this beautiful lawn. I truly never thought I would get this far, both in the run for speaker and in graduating. I spent most of my time at Princeton High School thinking about the future, to a time where I wouldn't be stuck in this building. But now that the time has come to leave, it's actually pretty sad, since the class of 2019 is filled with some pretty all-right people. As we all move towards the next phase in our lives, I encourage you all to acknowledge the efforts of your family, friends, teachers, and mentors, all of whom helped you to get to where you are today. Then, I encourage you all to think about what's next. Personally, I'm looking forward to a future where I can freely carry watermelons around. Last Thursday, I had 2 watermelons confiscated at the front entrance, and I would like them back. PHS has no rule about suspiciously carrying around watermelons, but I digress. I may have not been a perfect student, or even gotten one of those senior trophies they hand out, you know the ones. But I made good use of these 4 years. Not only do I hold the record for the largest fish ever caught in the packed bathroom, but I'm also currently waiting for approval from the administration to be officially recognized as Princeton High School's greatest quail farmer. What you do in high school won't always define you. Princeton High is a truly unique experience with extraordinary opportunities, and there will be plenty of chances in the future to be awarded as long as you strive for your goals. For example, I'm going to do food science at Purdue. It is a real science. You can look it up if you want. In the end, I will continue getting that shmoney, and I highly recommend for you all to do the same. Thank you.
Our final senior speaker on the theme of spirit, Eli Wasserman.
The stands are packed. A wave of blue and white roars with energy from the bleachers. It's 4th and goal. We're down by 5. The offense is lined up in the shotgun formation, and I looked up all of these football terms on Wikipedia. See, I had to find a description like that online because the class of 2019 school spirit isn't like that of the movies. We're not a bring it on type of school or a Friday Night Lights type of school. Last year, our homecoming dance had more balloons than people. We bought 48 balloons. But this absolutely does not mean we are unmotivated or spiritless. We're showing our blue stripes by pursuing our individual passions in the high school and around our Princeton community. While students from other schools are building the most extravagant homecoming floats, we are the class speaking out at the Stand Against Racism rally in Heinz Plaza. While students from other schools are painting their faces for Spirit Week, we are the class painting our signs for the climate action strike. And while students from other schools are hanging up streamers for prom, we are the class hanging up campaign posters for the annual student council elections. Our dedication to community involvement through PHS is our own display of spirit. While pursuing our passions here, we came up with inside jokes and nicknames for each other. On the teams we chose, we felt a sense of pride after watching an idea turn into a Facebook event, turn into a reality. We weren't all together in the same place at the same time, but our connection to Princeton High was strong. And soon, when we all scatter the globe to continue our lives, these connections will not fade. Because this spirit does not leave with us when we walk across this stage. In fact, I think we would all agree that alumni involvement enhanced our own high school experiences. For all the overconfident musicians graduating today, so the PHS choir soprano section and the studio band rhythm section, we all know a highlight of the winter concert each year is when former PHS singers join the current choir members in Handel's Hallelujah Chorus. For those of you who spent countless hours on the turf, seeing your former captain at a game pushed you to play your hardest. You were continuing a legacy they helped build. Now, when we become alumni in a few moments, it will be our time to come back. While you may have looked at underclassmen on your teams as confused, loud, and scrawny, which happened to be most of my characteristics freshman year, they were looking up to you as leaders who began shaping their high school lives. We cannot disappoint these future PHS classes by staying absent from the sidelines, bleachers, and risers. We must continue to bleed blue and white, even when our school colors change. And you know what? I know you will, because I have witnessed firsthand your passion and drive for this school. So while we might not have a well-attended homecoming dance, a popular pep rally, or a winning football team, class of 2019, we sure as hell have spirit. Thank you.
If we could, one big round of applause for our senior speakers. Very nicely done. And to sing a musical selection, The Cat's Meow.
tense. And still I feel I said too much. My silence is my self-defense. And every time I've held a rose, it seems I only felt the thorns. And so it goes, and so it goes, and so will you soon, I suppose. But if my silence made you leave, then that would be my worst mistake. So I will share this room with you, and you can have this heart to break. And this is why my eyes are closed. It's just as well for all I've seen. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows. So I would choose to be with you. That's if the choice were mine to make. But you can make decisions too, and you can have this heart to break. And so it goes, and so it goes, and you're the only one who knows.
Superintendent Cochran, members of the Board of Education, faculty, parents, friends, alumni, and community. I'm honored to stand before you this evening with the class of 2019, the 91st graduating class of Princeton High to walk from the tower doors. I join our student speakers in thanking all the special people who have helped along the way. Thank you to the parents and grandparents, elementary, middle school teachers, and of course, our PHS faculty. This evening, the faculty was led from the tower by senior class advisor, Marissa Soprano, and retiring faculty, Gwen Kimsel, Kathy Lewis, and Linda Nickman. Thank you to the faculty for your good work and commitment to the students. Individually, You are historians, scientists, artists, writers, mathematicians, counselors, linguists, athletes, good people, and friends. On behalf of the students and parents, thank you for your service in the most noble of professions. I'd also be remiss not to recognize the many people who have worked countless hours behind the scenes in preparation for this evening. This event is a culmination of a school year and truly a team and community effort. From street closures to setting up 3,000 chairs inside and outside, environmentally friendly water containers for our graduates this evening. That's right, thank you. To printing of programs, to the arrangements of flowers. On behalf of the graduates and their families, thank you to all of the custodians, the grounds crew, the secretaries, the tech crew, assistant principals, counselors, PTO volunteers, and many other who contribute to this ceremony. And to the graduates, you are gathered one last time as a class on this, the 20th of June. Our time is running short, and it is hot. Hot. Hot as mercury. No, not Freddie Mercury. Settle down. No air guitar tonight. And no, Dr. Corral, settle down. I'm not going to be talking about the element mercury, atomic weight of 80. Miss Dunham, I know, she's thinking I'm going to make an Odyssey connection to the ancient god Mercury. Sorry, no Roman mythology lesson tonight. Higgins and Martin, I know, they're now quite sure I'm going to recite a poem about NASA and a Mercury rocket ship. Sorry, no physics tonight. Come back to Earth. Of course, now Megan and Morgan of field hockey fame, Mariana of girls lacrosse, Niels of the track team. They think I'm going to rap about their team's mercurial rise to state dominance in athletics. Sorry, no rap tonight. But PHS track, I did borrow a relay baton from Coach Johnson because I need to practice my handoff to Miss Baxter. The race is long, and I've run my leg. Like the Mercury tonight, class of 2019, your academics, athletics, arts, and activities are all at the highest of levels, with the highest degrees of complexity. But tonight, my message for you is simple. It is a message of simplicity in a complex world. A chance for me to honor a few examples of your work, of your simple gifts that you have given to others. I've asked Michael Hahn to join me on stage with his simple gift, his flute, and his heart, to play a few bars of simple gifts to set the tone. Michael Hahn, Simple Gifts. PHS seniors, in this fast-paced, high-tech world, I encourage you to slow down. Continue your service to others, your acts of kindness, and the simple gifts that you have provided to each other, to me, to this community, and to this world. Gabby and Natalia, Tiger Fest was a gift. Thank you. Talia, your passion for activism, for positive change, the gift of civics for hundreds of new registered voters. Claudia and Christian, the gift of life given to others through your blood drives. Will, the yearbook, is a gift for life. Stosh, always the gift of an open door. Yeah. Isha, PHS Orchestra, Denzel, Studio Band, Sam, and PHS Choir, the precious gifts of music for UNICEF, for Puerto Rico, and children around the world. Silas, Leah, Nico, simple gifts of others, to others, of service and kindness. They matter and are noticed. These are simple, like the Mother's Day or Father's Day card you made in elementary school that your parents have saved to this day. It wasn't perfect, but it was the perfect gift. My graduation message the last few years, the rap, the song, the poem, that was to the students, that was to the faculty, that was to this community, is that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to take a risk. It's okay to tell the people close to you that you love them. It's okay to laugh out loud, and it's okay to shed a tear with a quiver in your voice. Education is a simple gift. It is our light. It brings us out of the darkness. And as I bring my remarks to a close, my thoughts shift to home, a little bit like Lucinda. Home, the place where we grow up, that stays with us forever. I did write a short poem for you this week. It's called Home. Home. Lead from your heart. It is where we all start. From Norwin's grassy hillside to thy tower against the sky. Winds and waves of the Jersey shore etch live to learn in hearts forevermore. Storm clouds pass and sands may shift. Friendships last, for they are the true, simple gift. Class of 2019, our work is done here. The world awaits your spirit, your talents, and your leadership. With the authority vested in me as principal of Princeton High School, it is my honor to present the class of 2019 to Superintendent Steve Cochran.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Good afternoon, parents and grandparents, teachers and staff, administrators, board members, honored guests. Thank you all for being here to celebrate our students. And good afternoon, good evening, Princeton High School seniors and members of the class of 2019. 4 years ago, at the end of your 8th grade year, those of you present for the moving on ceremony for John Witherspoon Middle School heard me give a speech entitled Mountain Biking Lessons for PHS. I shared with you at that time that both your superintendent and your high school principal were passionate about riding and racing mountain bikes. I'm sure this revelation prompted your collective and understandable disbelief. Nevertheless, 4 years later, both of us still are. Moreover, at least one of us, that would be Mr. Snyder, is about to have a whole lot more time to enjoy the sport. And so, in honor of Mr. Snyder's retirement, and because I know he shares my belief that mountain biking actually holds the secret not only to navigating the turns and twists of high school, but also navigating the turns and twists of life, I have rewritten mountain biking lessons for PHS into mountain biking lessons for the rest of your life. 4 years ago, there were 5 lessons. Since then, I've added a 6th. I hope you and Mr. Snyder find value in them all. Lesson number 1, look where you want to go, not where you don't. When you're riding your mountain bike down a trail, you inevitably spy a rock, a large rock, which you want desperately to avoid. Ironically, the more you look at that rock, the more you worry about not hitting it, the more likely you are to do just that. Your bike goes where your eyes go. The key is to look past the rock, down the trail, and to stay focused on the path you want to follow. The same is true in life. Your life goes where your eyes go. The more you focus on and worry about the potential difficulties in your life, for example, not making friends in college or losing some of those you have here at home, not being able to manage your money or not being able to live up to your parents' expectations, the more likely you are to run smack into those particular problems. The key is to change your focus. The key is to focus your gaze past the rocks, past the problems, and see instead the possibilities in the path ahead. Each day, we have a choice. We can focus with despair on the potential rocks in our lives and in our world, or we can look with hope and optimism to the possibilities. In the past 4 years, this class has faced that choice. You have confronted serious challenges ranging from gun violence to climate change and from mental health to racial injustice. You have recognized the reality of the issues, but you have always looked beyond the problems to the possibilities. You have worked with your teachers, your administrators, your community to offer ideas and solutions that we are and will be implementing to make this high school an even better place for future generations. I hope you continue to adopt such an approach for your life and for our world. Look where you want to go, not where you don't. Which brings me to lesson number 2. When you come to a fork in the road, take the gnarly one. This is the mountain biker's not-so-elegant equivalent of Robert Frost's poetic lines, 2 roads diverged in the woods, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Invariably, when my friends and I are riding through the woods on a weekend, we will encounter a fork in the trail. One path will be relatively smooth and well-groomed. The other will be filled with big rocks and roots and ruts and mud and the occasional dead animal, and that is always the path we take. Why? Because you don't get stronger or more skillful as a mountain biker by riding the flats. You get stronger and more skillful by taking on the challenge of trying to ride your bike over big logs and down deep ravines and up steep, rocky hills. And the same is true in life. You get stronger and more skilled intellectually, artistically, athletically, and morally by choosing the road less traveled. You will face many forks in the road during your lives. Do I stay in an unhealthy relationship or get out and risk being alone? Do I choose the course in college that gets me an easy A or the one that makes me really think? Do I paint the picture, produce the play, publish the poem that expresses who I truly am, Or do I remain safely behind the image others have of me? Do I stay quiet when I hear a racially insensitive remark? Or do I speak up for what I know is right? I urge you, take the difficult road, the road less traveled. It will make all the difference. Of course, when you take the difficult road, the gnarly one, the one with the rocks and the roots and the deep ravines, you will inevitably fall. Which brings me to mountain biking lesson number 3. When you fall, get back on the bike. Falling is good. Failure is good. It means you are pushing yourself to try something just beyond your comfort zone or skill level. From a mountain biking perspective, you are not getting better until you are falling repeatedly. In one of the parks where we ride, there is a 4-foot-high pile of logs. It took me 3 years of falling to develop the skill and confidence to ride over it successfully. As Mimi McCullough writes, success is just failure with the dirt brushed off. So in college and in life, if you are trying something new or challenging, don't be afraid to fall, to fail, to make mistakes. As long as you learn from those mistakes and get back on the bike, you will be riding towards success. Lesson number 4, always ride with others. As a mountain biker, when you ride with other people, you are safer, you have more fun, and you get better faster. When you fall, there are people to pick you up. When you succeed, there are friends to help you celebrate. When you need someone more skilled to show you how to ride a rough section of trail, you have a wheel to follow. In life, it is the same. I wish for all of you a life filled with good friends, those around you now and others who you will meet, friends who will pick you up in the down times and celebrate with you in the good times. Know as well, however, that beyond your friends, you will always be surrounded by people who are incredibly experienced at navigating the many paths through life. Teachers, coaches, counselors, professors, parents, grandparents. Follow their wheels through the rough or unknown sections of trail. Listen to their advice. Soak up their encouragement and know that they are proud of you each time you get back on the bike and continue to ride. Lesson number 5. Stop to take in the beauty around you. In mountain biking, it is easy to rush through the woods, excited by the challenge of the trail. We race to stay up with our friends, or maybe to stay just ahead of them. We look forward to the opportunity to get some air off a jump, or to shred a downhill descent, or to finally make it through an especially technical section of trail. What we don't often do is stop and take in the smell of the trees, the coolness of the air, the singing of the birds, and the sunlight filtering through the leaves. The same often happens in life. We rush from adventure to adventure, challenge to challenge, responsibility to responsibility. We race through life, and we miss out on so much. The world is so much bigger and more beautiful than the trail right in front of us. Stop, breathe, take in that beauty. It will restore your soul and inspire your heart. And finally, lesson number 6. Leave the woods better than you found them. This may be the simplest and yet hardest lesson for mountain bikers to learn. In our race through the woods, we fail to slow down enough not only to appreciate the beauty around us, but to see how that beauty has been marred by trash or debris others have left behind. We often fail, moreover, to acknowledge the erosion we ourselves may be causing. The very best among us, not always myself, stop to pack out the trash. They take time to rebuild a trail. I want to take a moment now to thank Principal Gary Snyder for modeling this final mountain biking lesson for all of us. He is leaving the woods of Princeton High School better than he found them. Among many positive changes, he is leaving PHS with a later start to the day and longer blocks of time for deeper learning. He is leaving PHS with a de-emphasis on midterms and finals and a re-emphasis on meaningful, authentic demonstrations of learning. He is leaving us with an understanding of the power of being authentic and vulnerable. And he is leaving PHS with a new principal who he has mentored for many years. Gary, on behalf of all of us, thank you. And to you, our students, I would say, as you live your lives, don't rush so fast that you overlook the opportunities to make your college, your workplace, and your world better than you found them. Continue to be that compassionate and action-oriented class of young people who joined the protest at Heinz Plaza in support of legislation to combat climate change. Continue to be the type of individuals who helped to lead the social justice shutdown at PHS last month. Continue to be the citizens who recognize a need, whether in a classmate, in our community, or in a country across the world, and respond to it. All of you are young people who I know will forge your own pathways through the world. Enjoy the turns and twists, enjoy each other, and try to remember as you go these mountain biking lessons for the rest of your life. I am proud of you all. Congratulations, class of 2019. And now, by the power invested in me by the state of New Jersey, I accept the certification of Principal Gary Snyder that the seniors in attendance here today have met and indeed surpassed the academic requirements necessary for the completion of high school, and I pronounce the Princeton High School class of 2019 ready to receive their diplomas.
Anika Abish-Deed. Paul Adam. Kamola Agzamova. Kareem Ali. William Allen. Jeffrey Allen. Gabriel Alvarez Cabrera. Ana Alvarez Rodriguez. Lucinda Amo. Benjamin Amen. Evan Angelucci. Maria Anwar. Byron Gabrielle Ariola Merida. Douglas John Avis. Mayua Ayadeli. Araman Baber. Satya Baliga. Naomi Zorita Morales. Colin Jacob Beatty. Emily Jang Becker. Vivian Bell. Ryan Benatar. Angelique Bensavenga. Malachi Benjamin. Matthias Berg. Carol Berner. Dante Bess. Natalie Besselar Abrams. Samuel Robert Lapsley Bazilla. Akshay Bamidipati. Emily Bigioni. Madeline Elizabeth Bitterly. Barbara Blue. Alec Bobchin. Alexandra Belitho. Serena Belitho. Clara Borcolo. Nathaniel Boutros. Paul Brennan. Benjamin Broby. Julia Brown. Minnow Byun. Gabrielle Michelle Kane. Samantha Michelle K. Peasy. Mason Kano. Filbert Chow. Ryan Michael Carrito. James Luke Carson. Ashley Castro. Harshal Chanchalani. Darcy Gabrielle Chang. Ruhika Chatterjee. Ben Chowder. Albert Chen. Lawrence Chen. Akil Chanuru. Irakli Chikaladze. Tarit Pete Chodakajan. Elizabeth Tsui. Catherine Tsui. And now Mrs. Puglisi will continue with the reading of the graduates.
Alexandria Ciardella. Sarah Klosser. Connor Coffey. Haley Cohen. Hannah Irene Conaway Colezo. Emily Coleman. Christopher John Coniglione. Olivia Lucille Carodi. Christina Alden Kreider. Andrew Daly. Sophia Ann Daly Harris. Danielle Danis. William Henry Davies. Wilcy Davila Hernandez. Tyler Delalindi. Yason Delcid Gonzalez. Catherine DeMilt. Jada Derry Corrales. Abrielle Eunice DeVoe. Aaron Devine. Stephen DiDonato. Charlotte Digraph. David DeMilla. Jushi Ding. Alexander Dowell. Benjamin Lyon Dresner. Natalia Drobniak. Emma Dubin. Andre Dumitriou. Theodore James Durbin. Catherine Divich. Ines Einsweiler. Chrisia L. Lucas Erickson. Olivia Estes Downs. John Everett. Anthony Evidente. Catherine S. Foss. Jonathan Famous. Joseph S. Feldman. Amelia Jane Ferrante. Talia Barkowski Feaster. Isabel Figueroa Fernandez. Evan Thomas Filion. Grace Isobel Forrest. Elizabeth Forey. Camille Franklin. Catherine Frawley. Arthur Furness. Caroline Grace Gibson. Carson Nicholas Giles. Amanda Godefroy. Keith J. Goldberg. Kyle Golobish. Natalie Graham. Henry Greenberg. Declan Green. And Mr. Song will continue with the reading of the graduates.
Marcelino Guevara. Joseph Gulick. Evan W. Hamlet. Garrett Hamilton. Michael Shuangyu Han. Rayhan Hanif. Mohammed Haroon. Samuel James Harshbarger. Salma Hashem. Sammy Hashem. Jack Haggerty. Matthew Heilbronn. Stephen Hennessy. Elena Hertel. Sophia Hertel. Kajon Houston. Johanna Catherine Hines. Leah Hirschman. Julian Ho. Tyler Hobart. Renee Hoovers. Dylan Roy Howarth. Daniel Hu. Amy Huang. Justin Huang. Simon Huang. Brian Huang. Anna Louise Intertaglia. Olivia Rose Intartaglia. Anjana Iyer. Olivia Jordan Jaffe. Han Jiang. Anna Zhou. Jordan Lynn Johnson. Tate Johnson. Jalen Johnson Levy. Samir Jitan Joshi. Allison Cantor. Kelly Capasulia. Adrianos Carajalios. Daniel Karnick. Matthew Russell Carnes. Eli Casas. Stephen George Kenna. Brenna Kennedy Moore. Jeremy Kyle Kenny. Zaina Khan. Sora Khanna. Isabel Dorothy Kinney. Caleb Kirby. Bruna Kamurati Kleinman. Julia Ann Kanigi. M. Michael Koyava. Tyler Stephen Comas. Alec Corsa. Shreya Kota. Elena Coatson. Esme Coatson. Bridget Krepke. Richard Vincent Kroc. And now Mrs. McAvoy will continue with the reading of the graduates.
Katie Lambert. Elias Lambros. Maritza Lazo. Jesus Lazo. Ricky Leibowitz. Anna Lee. Jill Lehman. Elijah Levine. Kendall Levine. Mindy Lee. John Liang. Daniel Lin. Michael Lin. Kevin Linko. Morgan Lindsley. Brian Liu. Catherine Liu. Eric Liu. Stony Liu. Wesley Joseph Liu. Holden James Levy. Nico Loomis. Emily Lopez Ratana. Mariana Lopez Ona. Grant Luther. Amy Liklama. Atticus Lynch. Zad Mahana. Alessandro Maioli. Samya Mullick. Sonal Malik. Lily Marianick. Andrew Markow. Spencer Marks. Christian Martin. Liam Massey. Megan Mavoides. Morgan Mavoides. Kyle Max. Scott Mayers. Stan Mabella. Michael McAloon. Jackson McCarthy. Lydia McGrath Monolsky. Jay McLean. Jack McMahon. Akash Mehta. Ada Miller. Grace Miller. Zachary Miller. Nizar Muhammad. Daniel Monahan. Francis Moon. Sienna Chanel Moran. Lauren Morelli. James Meir. Daniel Patrick Mulligan IV. Thomas Murray. Angel Musimi. Mr. Velasco will continue with the reading of the graduates.
Isha Nandiala. Eli Nathan. Chandler Newton. Nicole Yung Ing. Tucker Nichols. Josh Neiman. Dasani Nolan Worley. Isabel Normandin. Zoe Steins O'Byrne. Joseph O'Donnell. Ava O'Kane. Elijah Okoye. Stash Omasinski. Divine Andongo. Gabriel Oscar. Sarah Rose Pagano. Jillian Lee Palumbo. Chris Pan. Leonardo John Panzica. Amlan Parida. Alexander Park. Nicole Parnett. Silas Pelican. Candy Perez Urias. Juliet Petruso. August Christian Pfeiffer. John Phelan. Isabella Phillips. Ocasio Pinheiro. Joshua Robert Pletcher. Nathan Gregory Podgolski. Yvette Ponce. Maya Popristic. Aditya Prasad. Augustine Merrick Preziosi. Cameron Pravorny. Benjamin Chi. Isabella Indrani Qualin. Khadija Qureshi. Ava Rand. Sebastian Henri Rotson. Janki P. Rehatha. Sakina Raza. Joseph Reback. Noah Rebarber. Colin Regina. Thomas H. Reed. Sarah Elise Riley. Emily Elizabeth Renz. Yana Reynolds. Nicole Richardson. Tiffany Richardson. Connor L. Riley. Gabriel Rizzi. And Mrs. Garcia will continue with the reading of the graduates.
Kimberly L. Rojas Barillas. Shannon Romaine. Elise Catherine Root. Lauren Rosbach. Lincoln Martin Roth. Adam Stone Rothstein. Brendan Matthew Rogas. Alexandra Rounds. James Lewis Royer. Elian Rubin. Paul Russell. Maria Jose Saavedra. Robert Sack. Anya Sachdev. Aiden Seraphin. Lillian Scatini. Gwyneth E. Schilling. Max Schofield. Charlotte Natalie Schultz. Kira Nell Sagal. Ross Selby Salazar. Isabel Serrano. Jose Serrano Echeverria. Daniel Shahab Diaz. Ella Shatsky. Atia Shaw. Dongye Shen. Rachel Shrivastava. Aaron Silverstein. Harry Scopas. Rachel Smith. Rashayla Smith. Eric Song. Anika Sonig. Ryan Sue. Joshua Spurgle. Shane R. Spring. Sarah Staggs. Lana Stanford. Connor Stanley. Holly Stanton. Andrew Staples. John Staples. Joel Steiner. Spencer Miles Stengel. Vladislav Stepanov. Caitlin Stewart. Camila Kiriko Strauss. Nikolai Sturkis. Kevin Andrew Sue. Kenneth Sugathan. Priya Sugathan. Matthew Sula. Anubhav Suri. Christian R. Swanky Jr. Mitchell Junming Tam. Caroline Lee Tan. And now Mrs. Shaw will continue with the reading of the graduates.
Oliver James Tennant. Amanda Tenslinger. Thomas Joseph Tenslinger. Pooja Tetali. Sarah Thompson. Julia Thompson. Adriana Todorov. Robert C. Trainer. Molly Claire Truman. Sylvie Tudor. Aiden Edwards Voy. Van Lal Ven. Sydney Catherine Vine. Cole Von Voorhees. Saray Walden Bennett. Charlotte Walker. Ashley Wang. Emily Wang. Elijah Warner. Denzel Washington. Eli Wasserman. Cecily Weinstein. Heather Ann Wertenbaker. Dylan Desmond Westerman. Jackson Whetstone. Niels Emilian Weilberg. Jakob Wilmers. Jane Susan Whitkin. Helena Walk. Anna Caroline Wood. Catherine Lee Wolfolk. Raven Wright. Aaron Wu. Walter Wu. Andrew Sheh. Christina Pan Zhu. Claire Crystal Zhu. Banglong Yao. Daniel Yedidia. Kelly Young. Fable Young Shore. Jason Yu. Sam Yuan. Morgan Yuan. Roi Zakut. Mustafa Zayman. Elena Zephyrin. Elizabeth Blanca Zerbib. Elizabeth Zhang. Grace Zhang. Jingyi Zhang. Patrick Zhang. Tian Zhang. Benjamin Bear Zeef. Tucker Zulo.
All right. Would the graduates and the audience please stand and join the cat's meow in the singing of the Princeton High School alma mater.
Now stand and sing with heart and voice our alma mater's praise. Let all who know thy guiding hand to thee the chorus raise. Our friendships hold in memory thy tower against the sky, and evermore our hearts shall sing in praise of Princeton High.
Graduates, you may now turn your tassel.
Thank you.